In the darkness, some pony coughed. "Who was it?" Silence reigned. "Who?" A dim violet light sprang to being. Twilight Sparkle's horn barely illuminated the cramped, windowless room and the 6 ponies within. A world of dark purples and inky blacks sprung to being, colors distorted by the monochrome aura of the magical implement. Shadows pooled in the corners, lurking just beyond the reach of the unicorn's spell. Rainbow Dash watched as Twilight glared at each of their friends in turn. None spoke. Silhouettes danced along the walls as the unicorn moved her head, causing the light to jerk and shift. Pinkie Pie huddled near the barred door, eyes wide and uncomprehending, as she stared off in the uncertain distance. The baker twitched slightly, squeezing the bag of flour that she clutched so tightly to her chest. On the room's only bed, Rarity lay next to Applejack, her head buried in the farmer's shoulder. The dressmaker shook as she sobbed quietly. Dash didn't know whether the unicorn's distress was because of their situation or because of their hygiene. The room reeked of unwashed bodies, and Rarity's mane, like everypony else's, was tangled and knotted and hung heavy with filth. Applejack, for her part, merely stared stoically back at Twilight Sparkle, with the librarian's gaze turned to her. And then those eyes were on Dash, and on Fluttershy. The two were locked in an embrace. It was the only comfort they had in the room. The weather pony found her voice when the other Pegasus began to shudder. "What does it matter?" Twilight Sparkle's brow furrowed. "Get serious, Dash. It's better for 5 of us to get through this than none of us. Coughing is the only warning we get." Fluttershy's whisper carried well enough in the enclosed space. "Couldn't we, wait and see? It could be just dust or a cold. Please." "I really wish we could risk it, Fluttershy," Twilight said, the sharp edge of her voice softening slightly. "But there is no going back once it reaches the final stage. You saw what happened out there. Do you really want that in here?" Applejack sighed, then spoke up. "She's right, Sugar Cube. It's not contagious until the end. We got a choice to make: 1 death or 6. Rainbow Dash gritted her teeth. "Isn't there anything that can be done? Can't your magic cure it? Stop it? Slow it down?" She paused, then added in a hoarse whisper, "Anything?" The unicorn shook her head. "Even a princess can't cure it. She can only contain outbreaks that do happen. Every carrier has to die. That's the only way the rest of us can be safe. The only way the rest of Equestria can be safe. You know that, Dash. Time matters here. Why are you stalling?" The weather pony's mouth worked, but no words came forth. Fluttershy's voice, suddenly confident, filled the gap. "I coughed. It was me." Rainbow Dash gaped at the other Pegasus, eyes wide with shock and horror. The pink mint mare turned to look at her and spoke, once again hesitant. "It's okay. It'll be okay. I couldn't live with myself when you died, and I could have prevented it. It's better this way." Dash shook her head slowly, then whispered a single, "No." Applejack's voice was grim. "Your mind's made up. It's a tough choice, but Fluttershy's got strength and knocks on the inside."
How is she going to?"
The Pegasus trailed off. Twilight Sparkle sighed and slumped to the floor. "We don't have any weapons, and I'm not trained in combat magic. Even if I were, it can't be me. It has to be you, Dash."
"What? Why me?"
The unicorn looked away. "I know you well enough to realize that you'd never just stand aside and let one of us lay a hoof on your fairy friend. Maybe, intellectually, you'd know that it's necessary, but your emotions get the better of you. Ask yourself, if it had to be any of us, would you really want any pony but yourself to... Rainbow Dash rose to her hooves. "You're right." The mare's voice was hollow. She took a step away from the other Pegasus. Applejack spoke. "Fluttershy, sit up and put your head up against the wall. It'll be a mite. The mare choked back tears. "Quicker." "I'm sorry, Rainbow Dash. I wish it could be any other way," Twilight said. The rainbow-maned Pegasus looked over her shoulder to meet the eyes of the mare she loved. Fluttershy had taken the Earth Pony's advice. They stared at each other silently for a moment. Eventually, Dash found words, as insufficient as they were.
"I'm sorry. I love you. I'm so sorry.
Elder Pegasus replied, voice shaking.
I love you too, and I forgive you. It's better this way. Just make sure Samponi takes care of the animals when this is all over, when everything is back to normal.
Rainbow Dash whispered.
I promise.
She took careful aim. 1 buck. It would be quick. Fluttershy deserved that much at least. When she was sure she'd connect, vision or not, she spoke.
Cut the light, Twilight. No pony should have to see this.
The horn's glow disappeared. Years of running and kicking clouds had honed Dash's muscles. She reared up on her front legs, gathered all her strength, and kicked out. She connected, and the dull thud was accompanied by the sensation of warm droplets splashing across her flank. It was followed by a high-pitched moan from the agonized pony behind her. Rainbow Dash reacted to Fluttershy's continued suffering without thought. She reared again and bucked repeatedly, steadying herself and adding force with swift flaps of her wings. On her 4th kick, the other mare's keening stopped with a sickening crunch. The weather mare's hooves dropped back on the floor. She stood, shaking, her eyes wide and her heart beating nearly out of her chest. Her fetlocks were drenched with sticky blood, and she could feel it beginning to clot. She wondered, despite herself, whether the mess would stain, whether her coat would always bear the red residue of her deed. She wept quietly to herself. Silence reigned. In the darkness, Samponi coughed.
Do you wanna stay the night? 'Cause I don't wanna be alone. It's been weighing on my mind for too long, too long. Do you wanna save a life? 'Cause I just really need someone. I've been barely holding on, and I'm still running from my demons. I'm still hiding all my secrets, and I just need someone I believe in. Will you wait for me while I'm still healing? You know what to say every time I start to slip away, and I surrender, I surrender. There's no more falling down, I've hit the ground, so I surrender. And I surrender. every time I start to slip away. And I surrender, I surrender. There's no more falling down, I've hit the ground. So I surrender. And I surrender. There's no more falling down, I've hit the ground.
Falling short, diving deep. Where is the water taking me? Trying hard, bittersweet. Cabin fever's pulling me. I want to hold on to something greater. I feel the waves come crashing in. I'm drowning, drowning, drowning. can't find my way back to you till you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home.
find your way back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home. I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home.
Gone somewhere and dyed my hair now. Wanna be alone. It's much to bear and you don't care, and I wanna play alone. I got you in my sight. I keep all the words you said to me. I get you, get you, get you, get you on your knees. Rewrite all the things you said that I should be. I'll get you, get you, get you. Now you'll beg me please. Hey, now I stay away. You were never meant to save me. Now I stay away. I wanna hear you say you're sorry. Hate I even loved you. Hate I fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you. Hate I kinda fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you. Hate I fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you. Hate I kinda fell in love with you. With you, I cried with you. Now wanna be alone. I lied for you, I tried for you. You wouldn't play alone. I got you in my sight. I keep all the words you said to me. I get you, get you, get you, get you on your knees. Rewrite all the things you said that I should be. I'll get you, get you, get you. Now you'll beg me please. Hey, now I stay away. You were never meant to save me. Now I stay away. I wanna hear you sorry. Hate I even loved you, hate I fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I kinda fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I kinda fell in love with you.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Tape my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe.